I want to tell you about a Vine compilation that I saw recently. Um, there was one Vine in particular where uh, there was this young woman with, I think, green colored hair or partially green colored hair who sat with her guitar um, and she said, I want to share this song with you. And the song is called Every Man Who I Am Nice To Thinks He Is Entitled to My Vagina. And then she proceeds to sing it, and of course, in a Vine, there's only like 6 seconds. So the last second of the Vine is just her shouting, ah! Which is just, it's not so much a song as it is an ejaculation of pain and sadness and grief as to the state of the world. And that really, really hit home for me because I am one of the men that she's talking about. Sorry to say, if you're nice to me, if you give me any amount of attention, if you even just look at me and smile, I'll think to myself, are you, are you, are you interested in me? And maybe they are. I mean, at this point in my life, it's few and far between the any expression of interest in me, which kind of makes sense because I am not very good looking. I'm very obese and not very attractive. So I'm hoping that will change at some point. Don't have a lot of belief that it will, but enough with my own problems. I have had many moments where I felt this, they might be interested in me. But for all those moments, I'm sure a lot of times it's just someone who looks at me and just wants to be nice to me. And because of me being who I am, I take that as a come on. And I think that's pretty sad. That is pretty sad. And I feel for women, believe it or not, that um, feel like, they can't even make friends with guys because they just give a little bit of attention and they the guy starts objectifying her and thinking that it's just a sexual instantly sexualizes the relationship. I guess I don't really have a final point here. Um, if I look back at my life and all the times that I have been interested in a woman and the interest has wavered from, minor interest to infatuation. There have been so many instances. I remember one episode I'm thinking of is just being in a grocery store, not feeling great about myself that day, and feeling pretty lonely. And um, there's a beautiful young woman looking at some oranges or something in the produce section, and she looks up and notices me, and she smiles, and I feel instantly better. Here's this young woman smiling at me, and for the next 30 minutes, I was shopping, and I couldn't think of anything but her, pretty much. I mean, it's maybe she just was in a good mood, and I don't know. Maybe she was interested. Who knows? But I believe that there's someone out there for me, and this is someone that God has in mind for me. God, you could say, made for me. And if I am having all these, you know, emotional sexual exchanges with women, then I can't, sorry, distracted by people walking by, then I can't have a true relationship with my soulmate. I was in a relationship, tried it out for a little while after a bunch of failed relationships in the church I was raised in. And we were together for 7 months. I noticed pretty quickly that just because I was, and this was after a period of, you know, no sexual activity really, besides, you know, masturbation. But pretty early on in a 7 month relationship, and definitely throughout that relationship, I realized that I wasn't only attracted to her, I was attracted to other people. In fact, at one point, I realized that I couldn't reach orgasm um, unless I thought of someone else when I was with her. And that's something I realized pretty early on, and that was pretty sad. But I just kind of went on trucking, and I never told her until I finally told her, and the relationship ended. But what I'm suggesting here is that you can be in a so-called committed relationship. You can say you're committed, you know, you can make up a very elaborate story about commitment, but how do you feel in your heart about this person? Do you look at other people? Do you ever catch yourself fantasizing about other people? Do you have dreams about other people? So I don't have the answers here, and I think that's probably obvious. Um, I'm stuck in this matrix like you, and I don't know. I don't want to carry. I don't want to carry this on too long. I don't know what the answer is here, and I've been working on this for a long time. Ever since I started thinking about other, you know, women sexually, which was, you know, from 7 or 8. Of course, at that time it wasn't, you know, it didn't have the same. What I knew at that point wasn't the same, but my feelings were sexual feelings. Anyway, I won't drag this on. Thanks for watching. I can't believe there's people out there actually watching these videos. Hope you have a good day.